bring up a really complicated issue because, and I thank you for doing that, because seeking the truth and reporting it sometimes flies in the face of your advertisers, right? Let's say that you're doing a story on chemicals in agriculture, and Monsanto is one of your big advertisers, right? And Monsanto will pull their ads if you run the story that criticizes them. So that's a reality facing a news organization. Professor Tom can probably speak more to that than I can. But it's, yeah, I think as a news organization, at some point the editorial board has to hold their ground. This happened in the US when news organizations, in particular 60 Minutes, was breaking the case on big tobacco, right? That smoking actually does have negative health consequences, right? They tried to tell people for decades that, oh no, you're fine. You know, we fixed it with that little filter on the front. You know, you're not going to get cancer. They finally, the news organization said, you know, no, we're going to run this, even though their legal department said, no, you're not going to run this. Whether it's, you know, through phenomena like WikiLeaks or what have you, somehow the story's going to get out, right? The question is, are you going to abide by the Society of Professional Journalists Code of Ethics and tell the truth, report the truth, or are you just going to cater to the advertisers? But you're right, it's very complicated. It's not an easy decision for you as an individual journalist or for the corporate entity that owns your publication. That's hard. So,
yes, and yes, just to add on as we are coming to the end of our presentation, in Uganda in particular, if you do not remain neutral as a journalist, then you face a number of challenges. One of them is that many times we are deployed as reporters to go and cover different political parties. Now, if you're a journalist who is known in the public for supporting a certain political party, it becomes extremely hard for you to go now and cover another one. If, for example, you are known to be an NRM supporter, NRM is the ruling party in Uganda, and then you are deployed to go and cover FDC, which is actually the opposition, chances are high that the FDC people are going to chase you away. So the best journalists, the most bright journalists, should make sure that they remain in neutral if they are going to survive in this field. Yeah, that was my trick, because I would easily go and cover NRM, easily go and cover DP, easily go and cover FDC and so on, because I was never known as a journalist who used to support a certain political party. That does not mean that you do not have a political party you support, actually. But you make sure that while you are practicing journalism, you are not known to be supporting a certain political party. Keep it for yourself.
Question for you, Professor John. So a model like the BBC or to some extent in the US, the National Public Radio, that's subsidized by the state, right? So it's not completely dependent on advertising revenue. To me, that is one of the best models for promoting neutrality, right? Because I'm not beholden to advertisers. Is something like that possible in Uganda? Or
yeah, I think that the BBC model, what was supposed to be the South Africa Broadcasting Corporation model and so on, would be great if there were filters between the state and the BBC. I think the filters have broken down in some places. So that being supported by government means actually being given money or denied money by government directly. And so that we have Uganda Broadcasting Corporation right now, but they don't have the kind of independence that the BBC has, because there's funding is not channeled through parliament and that kind of independence.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a more direct line of control there. So it would be a great solution if the filters were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.